Breaking news, a federal judge in New York dismisses Justin Baldoni's lawsuit against Blake Lively.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we are looking at the shocking new developments surrounding the legal feud between Hollywood stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni.
Today's opinion is a total victory and a complete vindication.
Lawsuits. It's important to first understand the web of high-profile lawsuits that have been making headlines since the close of 2024.
Tonight, scandal rocking Hollywood as the fallout begins from Blake Lively's explosive allegations against co-star Justin Baldoni.
Centering around the highly publicized dispute between actress Blake Lively and actor Justin Baldoni, the tension originated during the production of the movie It Ends With Us, a film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel.
I want a divorce.
Lively sparked the controversy by filing a lawsuit claiming that Baldoni, her co-star and director, caused her, quote, severe emotional distress while working on the film. She also alleged that he retaliated against her initial complaints by launching a, quote, smear campaign on social media to, quote, bury her reputation. Baldoni fired back with a $400 million countersuit against Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, accusing the power couple of defamation, civil extortion, and interfering with his career.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Baldoni, along with 9 others, including publicists Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel, filed a separate lawsuit against the New York Times, which had published a story outlining Lively's claims against Baldoni and his production company Wayfarer.
Justin Baldoni sues the New York Times for $250 million over the outlet's Blake Lively harassment story.
The New York Times' Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Megan Twohey had written an exposé detailing how Baldoni and his team allegedly used social media to, quote, astroturf Lively around the time of the movie's release in summer 2024.
Are you happy?
Justin Baldoni's lawsuits tossed out.
A shocking new twist in the dramatic legal battle between actress Blake Lively and actor-director Justin Baldoni.
In a dramatic turn, a New York federal judge dismissed Baldoni and Wayfarer's $400 million defamation and extortion lawsuit against Blake Lively, as well as the separate $250 million defamation lawsuit against the New York Times.
This is a huge legal setback for Baldoni. Not only did the judge throw out his $400 million counterclaim against Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, the judge also threw out a $250 million defamation lawsuit against the New York Times.
The June 9, 2025 ruling, issued by Judge Louis J. Lyman of the Southern District of New York, determined, among other rulings, that Blake's allegations of sexual harassment on the set of the film It Ends With Us are legally protected, and therefore immune from the suit. While the 132-page decision is a major setback for Baldoni and Wayfarer, the judge left open the possibility for them to file an amended lawsuit related to specific contractual obligations.
Justin Baldoni was given until June 23rd to refile some of his claims. Not all of them can be brought, but there are some contractual claims that he can try to refile.
Additionally, the judge denied a request for the plaintiffs to pay Lively's legal fees, but did so without prejudice, allowing for the issue to be revisited in the future. Key findings.
These kinds of motions very rarely get granted, so this is a huge statement.
Judge Lyman's ruling emphasized many critical points regarding workplace protections against sexual harassment. He stated, quote, even if they turn out to be unneeded, an employee can insist on protections at the workplace for sexual harassment without being accused of extortion. The ruling also addressed the claims by Wayfarer Entertainment, who argued they were financially harmed by the release of Lively's preferred cut of a film that had grossed over $350 million globally.
What's the beauty of what a flower is has been lost, right? It's like we order them like takeout now. It's
Yes.
right. You know, so it's what you're talking about. It's highlighting the pain and the tension and the fact that it's fleeting. It's storytelling, and I don't know. That's actually what I find beautiful about it.
Lyman pointed out that there were no allegations suggesting Baldoni's version of the film was superior, making Wayfarer's civil extortion claim invalid. Furthermore, while Lively was accused of gaining control over the film through intimidation, Lyman noted that the allegations did not qualify as wrongful threats, but rather as legitimate negotiation tactics.
What Lively did was legally permissible hard bargaining or renegotiation of working conditions, so that's why that got thrown out.
Concerning Blake's unsigned promotion agreement, the judge stated there was no contractual obligation for her to promote the film, which undermined claims of diminished value. Lyman also suggested it wasn't defamation for Ryan Reynolds to tell his agents at WME, which at the time represented Baldoni, that Justin was a, quote, sexual predator, since he may have genuinely believed it to be true. Therefore, no malice was intended.
What would ever happen to me? Lots of stuff.
Statement from Blake Lively's attorneys and the New York Times. In the wake of a court ruling, Blake Lively's attorneys, Ezra Hudson and Mike Gottlieb, declared a, quote, total victory and complete vindication for Lively and others who were implicated in Justin Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit. According to Hudson and Gottlieb, the lawsuit was dismissed as, quote, a sham by the court.
They were efforts to bury our clients. They were efforts to silence them, to retaliate against them for speaking out.
They also expressed their intent to pursue further legal action for, quote, attorney's fees, treble damages, and punitive damages against Baldoni and Wayfarer's partner Steve Sarowitz.
The judge also dismissed Justin Baldoni's $250 million defamation suit against the New York Times for an article published by the newspaper about Lively's accusations.
A spokesperson for the New York Times also expressed gratitude for the court's recognition of the lawsuit as, quote, a meritless attempt to stifle honest reporting. They say this affirms the importance of protecting journalism, and they vow to, quote, continue to stand up in court for our journalism and for our journalists when their work comes under attack. Statement from Justin Baldoni's attorney.
Justin Baldoni's legal team is speaking out.
In response to Blake Lively's legal team claiming victory, Justin Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, shot back with a defiant statement of his own. Friedman argues that the recent court ruling, which dismissed his client's defamation claims, is not the decisive blow Lively's team is making it out to be. He reiterated that the court has given his team the green light to amend 4 out of 7 claims against Lively, which he says will allow them to present new evidence and refine allegations. He also once more denied Lively's accusations of sexual harassment and retaliation, calling them, quote, false and untraceable because they are, quote, baseless. With confidence, Friedman says he looks forward to taking Lively's deposition, promising that the facts will be on Justin Baldoni's side.
This case is about false accusations of sexual harassment and retaliation in a non-existent smear campaign, which Miss Lively's own team conveniently describes as, quote, untraceable because they cannot prove what never happened.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Message from Blake Lively. Blake Lively spoke out following the judge's dismissal of Justin Baldoni's lawsuits, calling the experience painful but ultimately empowering.
The actress weighing in on Instagram, writing, I felt the pain of a retaliatory lawsuit, including the manufactured shame that tries to break us.
In a statement on Instagram, the actress expressed her gratitude for the support she received and her determination to continue advocating for women's rights. Lively emphasized that while she was fortunate to have the resources to fight back against the lawsuit, many others are not as lucky. She vowed to, quote, continue to stand for every woman's right to have a voice in protecting themselves, including their safety, their integrity, their dignity, and their story. Along with her statement, Lively shared a list of organizations that provide resources and support for women. Have you been following the public feud between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? Do you think it's time for everyone involved to move on? Share your thoughts in the comments below. But please be civil.
This was an entire saga. It ended up ensnaring Taylor Swift and other celebrities.